Well, we are knocking on the door and just around the corner from what we hope and believe is going to be a really exciting 2023 year at the time of this recording. But frankly, whenever it is that you're listening to this or reading this on our blog, these are good tools, what we're going to be talking about for you going forward in any year that you're going into. We just happen to be excited about this. By the way, I'm going to expand on this. These 4 steps that we talk about in getting prepared for the next year in an upcoming webinar. If you go to BOP, like Business on Purpose, BOPwebinar.com, you can register for that then. It's going to be on November the 17th, so make sure to check that out. All right, so if you are comparing your 2022, at the time of this recording, that's the year we're in, to 2021 or 2020, you may want to pause, all right? Standing here at the early sunset hours of 2022, we are feeling a very real metaphor. It goes something like this. During 2020 and 2021, those are what we now know as the COVID years. Many of our businesses were barreling down the business highway at 90 miles an hour, winding hot at around 10,000 RPMs. I realize it's a metaphor, right? Today, it already feels like a pretty massive slowdown for many, and it has been in some cases. And yet, I don't want to lose perspective. Instead of going 90 miles an hour to zero, we didn't do that. We're now riding down the highway at a more sustainable, more comfortable pace of maybe 70 miles an hour. And the good news is instead of running at 10,000 RPMs, maybe we're only running at 4,000 or 5,000. So even though we've cut our RPMs, that sort of urgent speed that we've been running at, our overall speed has not slowed to a drastic level. In other words, it's taking far less effort to go just a little bit slower and to start getting some breathing room. The problem is that our human minds have grown accustomed to the speed, the breathlessness, the chaos, and the cash flow of the past couple of years in many cases, and we don't know how to mentally or emotionally throttle our expectations, let alone our spending habits. New norms have emerged over the past 2 years. Pricing volatility, material and logistics inconsistencies, marketing and sales simplicities, and probably the most noticeable internally is that our employees want more money for the same roles while demanding more flexibility and more meaning. Employees want their business life to fuel their personal lives and not the other way around. We should want that too as business owners. Historically, business owners have tried to solve headaches by shooting one particular shiny bullet, and it's usually sales, sales, and sales. If we could just get more work, then we would have more cash to pay higher fees, higher premiums, higher wages, higher demands, and higher expectations, or at least that's what our mindset is. That is an infinite and empty treadmill leading to the same destination over and over and over. So I'm going to walk us through the 4 steps that we all need to take to navigate our business in 2023 in a powerful way. Now, again, if you're on the dawn of another year down the road, then these steps will apply because these are principles, not strategies. So the first principle in building your business plan for 2023 is making time to fill out your vision story. So in that year where vision is not written down, people will indeed scatter, and the scattering of people will further scatter your mind and thoughts into this tangled web of frustration. Instead, let's follow the ancient Jewish wisdom that says, write the vision down so that those who read it may run. Vision is clarifying, and vision is also separating. When you cast vision, you now know who's bought in and who's not. Some will run towards your vision, and some will run away from your vision. You will be tempted to scoot on past, writing your vision down instead, making up some silly excuse in your head that either, hey, I don't need this, or, oh yeah, we've got something like that. We've made crafting your vision simple. 7 categories to begin working through, and you will likely need to make about an hour or so of time for this powerful and important exercise. Notice I said the word exercise. It's work, and it's healthy. Here are the 7 categories. The time, how far out is your vision? Number 2 is your family and freedom. What does that look like in that period of time? Number 3 is your finances, starting with profit. What do you want your profit to be during that amount of time? Number 4 is your product and service. What does that look like when that time matures? Number 5, what team do you need to be able to service that product? Number 6, who does your ideal client look like? And number 7, What are the statements of culture that you want to be true in that amount of time? So the first step in planning a great 2023 is writing down a multi-page, detailed vision story. The second necessary tool or principle in your 2023 business planning toolkit is what we call the sobering delegation roadmap. Andrew Carnegie said, "No person will make a great business who wants to do it all him or herself or get all the credit." John Maxwell said, "If you want to do a few small things right, do them yourself. But if you want to do great things and make a big impact, learn how to delegate." Discovering delegation will make time for what matters most, and it does it in three ways. Number one, it empowers others to put out the fires. Number two, it transfers your authority to them. And number three, it multiplies your effort. The moment that you stop delegating or choose not to delegate and empower is the moment that you have chosen to have a job instead of owning a business. The second tool in your business planning toolkit for 2023 is a sobering delegation roadmap. The third tool for that toolkit is the non-negotiable weekly schedule. You feel busy, but not productive because you have little to no boundaries. I recently heard fellow ISI mastermind member Lance Gollinghorse. He articulated it this way. He said, "We have access to three major scarce resources: time, energy, and attention. Attention is indivisible. It is well researched that multitasking doesn't work." As I'm writing and reading and recording this, I should not be brushing my teeth or checking my bank balance. Energy is renewable. I can generate more energy. And energy is transferable. I can give you energy, motivation, and you can give me energy as well. The real wake-up call, though, in regard to these resources that we've been given, is our time. See, time is non-renewable. We cannot make more time, and it's not transferable. You cannot give me your time, and I cannot give you mine. You go into each week with a defined, finite, amount of time. Either you put boundaries throughout your day, roping off all the tasks and responsibilities, or I will do it for you. Again, metaphorical. If you do it, it allows you to maximize your scarce resource of time, energy, and attention. But if I do it for you, or we do it collectively as a society around you, then we will devour your time, energy, and attention based on what we want. You can make excuses as to why it won't work in the specific role or business that you're in. I love you, but your role is not a special unicorn or a snowflake. Own your role. Own your business by owning the boundaries for your role, and then share those boundaries with us so that we can live within them. The final tool for a robust 2023 business plan is you'll benefit from building and implementing what we call a culture calendar. The culture of your business is not happenstance. It's not an accident, and no luck is required. The culture of your business is a direct result of the ingredients that you allow to enter the mash bill, that vat of items that's going in. If you allow the ingredients of unpredictability, inconsistency, minimal communication, lack of process, lack of mission, gossip, and no values in decision-making, if those are the ingredients that go in, then the result will be a business that has notes, smells, feels like unpredictability, lack of process, and the like. If, however, you allow only the ingredients of consistent communication, accountability, humor, reinforced process and clarity and vision, mission and values, then the result will be a business that has notes and smells of the same. Again, the 4 tools that will change the game for you and your team in 2023: a multi-page written vision story, a sobering delegation roadmap, that list of items that you need to get off your plate. Number 3, a non-negotiable weekly schedule that puts boundaries around your non-renewable time. And number 4 is a powerful culture calendar. So you make sure you embed the solid ingredients of good culture. Now, our mission is to help liberate business owners just like you from the chaos and to make time for the things that matter most. Working 70 hours a week is not what matters most. Empowering others to live into their narrow brilliance, that's the thing that matters. Remember, when you choose to implement, you are choosing to cut the chaos and make time for what matters most. Joe Calloway said it best: vision without implementation is hallucination. Now, if you want to see an expanded view of what I just talked about, then make sure to check us out on November 17, 2023. for our next webinar. If you just go to bopwebinar.com, you'll see those there. And if not, go make sure to subscribe to our newsletter. You can opt into a couple of things that we have on our website and get on our newsletter list and see when those next webinars will be coming up.